Bucs win. Bucs win. Bucs win. Get your W in. Taste that in. We're all eating dubs today. Bucs fans, what a day. And welcome to the post-game show powered by Bucs Report. And after this live cast is done, you can check us out on Apple Podcasts or wherever you, Amazon Music or wherever you get your podcasts. We will be there. Plus some added ad breaks. We don't really get to control that. But your Bucs win in emphatic fashion. It was not the game we expected. It's 23-20 in a thriller, in an absolute thriller. It started bad. It got to a point where I was genuinely concerned, and still am to a degree, but we pull it out against a team that is good. You can see they have gotten better in the key areas of the game. Michael Penix showed that he can play football. He ain't a rocket arm, but he's good enough. I see a good future for this kid. But the Buccaneers knock him off in Megatron's butt plug known as the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. That Billy bullshit. Hey, fuck him. Bucs win, Bucs win, Bucs win. Enjoy yourself a beer, get your popcorn out. We're going to talk some Buc ball. First quarter action. Buccaneers surrender a 7-point lead to a Michael Penix pass. Catch made by Bijan Robinson. 50-yard touchdown. Absolute Swiss cheese D. Gouges his way through Young Hoku for a fucking point after. Puts it to 70-0. The teams change hands a little bit. The Buccaneers look shaky on offense. Really fucking shaky. Really fucking shaky. 3 and out. And then the Buccaneers build. We build. Chase McLaughlin knocks the Glock, puts us in with 3 and 7. What happens then? The Buccaneers get the ball back after trading hands a few times. Baker Mayfield, big pass, and Emeka Egbuka, the first-round pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, gets his first touchdown. 30 yards on the day. Chase McLaughlin knocks it through. 10-7. Buccaneers are up. Second quarter, Young Ho, they build the ball all the way down. Young Ho Kugo was with the kick. 41 yards. 10-10 going into the half. It's all even Stevens at this fucking point. Buccaneers come out. Baker Mayfield, big pass, big boy play. Bucky Irvin, 9 yards, touchdown, 17-10. Young Ho Koo comes in, boots the ball, gets himself a 17-13 lead. Penix scrambles at the middle. Let's talk about the drive for them. That was the drive that I was very disappointed in the refereeing on the one on Vita Vea. But I will come back to it because it all circles round. Vita Vea hits the quarterback while his arms are up like that. What the fuck is that guy supposed to do? He ain't pulling out a no tackle. It's impossible for him to pull out a tackle. He's tackling that dude. There's not even a second between, I don't think. And that's what's disappointing about that play call. However, later on, it's done on Greg Gaines, who has a bit more of a ticky-tacky one. It's a 50 in my experience. I call it a 50-50 call. So I didn't mind it. And then comes the pièce de résistance. He's running. Penix gets the ball and he starts to scramble. Something the Buccaneers haven't seen. So we'll talk about that in a minute. He starts to scramble down the sideline, doesn't get touched, dies for the first down, and gets it. And quite rightly, when they show it, I get it. He gets the first down, and then finally they get the touchdown and they win the game. No, sorry, they win that part of the quarter. And you're thinking, Buccaneers have 2 minutes left on the clock. What are they going to do? Baker Mayfield steps up after Houdini move after Houdini move after play call after play call. He scrapes and scrapes his way to the chance, and then Emeka Egbuka, our rookie dude, who we all thought was going to be great, who was great in this game, 25 yards, boom, touchdown, walk-off touchdown. Or so we think. Chase McLaughlin misses the extra point. He also misses a field goal in the game that would have probably made this harder. But I'm not going to kick on kickers because guess what? Kickers miss footballs occasionally, and Chase McLaughlin has been pretty solid for us. So I'm not going to go down any worrying kicking reviews like we used to as Bucs fans 5 years ago. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be that guy. Don't make me that guy. I don't want to be that guy. Emeka Egbuka gets the touchdown. The Buccaneers up 23-20. There's less than a minute on the clock, and the Falcons make moves, and they make moves, and they make moves. They have 2 timeouts. They make their timeouts when they need to. Young Hoku gets it all set up, ready for the kick that could kick them to overtime, but he misses, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are all elated at the experience of winning in Megatron's butt plug, because that stadium is basically an arsehole at this point. But let's talk a little bit more about your Tampa Bay Buccaneers and how they played. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield leading the charge, 17-33. Not a great statistic. I think that just maybe puts him at around about just over 50% of his passes, 167 yards, 3 touchdowns, which is the good part. But the passing efficiency has got to get better, and he knows that. Baker Mayfield on the ground got himself 5 carries for 39 yards of a 7.8 carry per a carry. Bucky Irvin on the day, 14 for 37. This Atlanta run defense is solid. Make no mistake, we weren't playing against a Mickey Mouse team. This Atlanta team came correct, and we done the business in their house. Take that into account, guys. As much as bad as it looked as when we wanted, because we pick fault all the time. And we'll talk about the fault very soon. Bucky Irvin, 37 yards, 2.6 per carry, not great on the day. Rachaad White comes in, 2 carries, 14 yards, 7 apiece. Emeka Egbuka, 1-9. Sean Tucker, 1-2. Let's talk about the receiving game. Emeka Egbuka, the rookie sensation, gets himself 4 receptions for 67 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Michael Lynn Evans III, the king, the man, the myth, the legend, the everything. 5 receptions, 51 yards, 10.2 yards, no touchdowns on the day, but it's coming. Right now, no one sees Emeka as a threat. They see Mike as the threat. And as soon as they see Emeka as a threat, trust and believe Mike Evans will be fed the ball and he will eat deservedly. Sterling Shepard having a decent game. I'm glad that Sterling Shepard came back. Mr. Number 17, Mr. Consistency. 3 receptions for 39 yards. Bucky Irvin, 4 for 8. Averaging about 2 apiece. And a touchdown. Rachaad White, 1-2. Tez Johnson, nothing. And then everyone else, not too much. I was hoping Cade Arton would get into this and Tez Johnson would do a little piece too. Let's talk about this defense. Only 1 sack on the day, and that was Hassan Riddick. Something that we wanted to see, something that we wanted to expect, but the pass rush all day was lacking. But let's talk about our guys. Tyke Smiths, 7 tackles and 4 assists. Zion McCullin, 7 and 3. Savasia Dennis, 6 and 4. Savasia Dennis yielding the touchdown that got them in position to start with that great lead. He grows into the game and gets better and better and better. Maybe some pre-game jitters. He is slowly overcoming it. So we have to be, as a team, not to get on this guy just yet. Can't get on him just yet. We got to give him his chance. Jamal Dean, average day, 6 tackles, no assists. Lavon David gets himself 3 and 6. So he's everywhere on the field. He just doesn't get many solos. Jacob Parrish, who was potentially not going to play this game, he gets himself 3 and 2. Yaya Diaby 3 and 0. Antoine Winfield, with a lot of pass breakups on the day, gets himself 3 and 1. Hassan Riddick 1 and 2. Vita Vea 1 and 1. Logan Hall 1 and 0. Anthony Nelson 1 and 0. Greg Gaines 0 and 1. Everyone else didn't record. Kick returns. Sean Tucker 81 yards, setting up the Buccaneers with great field position from the kickoff after the Falcons touchdown, where they looked like they could win this game. Sean Tucker drains it up the field, drives up the field, and gets them into great position. Cameron Johnson also gaining himself 1 return in the punt of 54 yards. Chase McLaughlin misses 1 of his field goals and an extra point. Riley Dixon averaging about 51.3 per punt. Altogether, guys, the Buccaneers did a decent thing. I am proud of a defense that can hold a team to 20. I'd like it to be less. I predicted that the Falcons would get 17. I was 3 points out. I also predicted the Buccaneers would have about 26, if I remember correctly. So I'm 3 points out on either side. So I'm a 6-point differential on that one. I'll take my losses. Michael Penix, 27 of 42, 298 yards and 1 touchdown. Buccaneers have got to get better at pass coverage. They have to get better at that. They were really sloppy in the first quarter, very sloppy. Didn't grow into the game until much later. And I think overall, if you take out that first quarter, this does look a lot cleaner of a game. Bijan Robinson gains himself 12 carries, 24 yards, 2 yards a carry on average. Tyler Algier getting himself 10 carries and 24 yards and 20.4 yards. Michael Penix Jr. with the 6 carries, 21 yards, 3.5, and a touchdown, which almost put them in position to win the game. Receiving, Bijan Robinson, 100 yards. Not our best day. Need to contain Bijan Robinson. 50 yards were pretty much gifted to him. We need to do better. 100%. Kyle Pitts, 7 for 59. Drake London, 8 for 55. Ray McLeod, 3 for 51. Casey Washington, 3 for 33. And everyone else didn't record. Defensively, I've got a half sack from Billy Bowman Jr. and I got a half sack from Divine Diablo. 6 tackles from AJ Terrell Jr. 6 tackles from Xavier Watts. 3 of 3 Billy Bowman Jr. Arnold, and I'm going to not slaughter your name if I can, but you're a Falcon, so who gives a shit? Arnold Ebike is 3 and 2. Caden Elias is 3 and 2. Jesse Bates is 2 and 4. Divine Diablo is 1 and 5. Jalen Walker is 1 and 1. Zach Harrison is 0 and 2. Mike Hughes is 0 and 2. Rook Athohiro is 0 and 2. Felipe Franks is 0 and 0. Young Hoku is 0 and 0, and that's all they wrote. Kick returns. Nathaniel Brooks returned 3 times with an average, with a total of 68, and got himself an average of 22.7. Jamal Agnew, 2 returns, 57 yards, 28.5 as an average. Punt returns, 2. Jamal Agnew, 29 yards, 14.5 per piece. Young Hoku misses a field goal, the crucial field goal that your Tampa Bay Buccaneers went up by. And then Bradley Pinion kicking, but the Buccaneers know that name, Bradley Pinion. But guys, let's talk about the team stats. Your Buccaneers were outgained by almost 100 yards. About 98 yards we were outgained by. Passing the football, they outgained us. Rushing the football, we outgained them. 101 to their 69. Hey. Yards per play, 5.0 versus our 4.6. Buccaneers did more when they needed to. That's all that matters. First downs. They got 22 first downs to our 16. The Buccaneers were efficient when they had the ball because they had to score. Third down efficiency. Buccaneers beat it by 1. 6 and 15 versus our 7 and 14. Fourth down efficiency. Buccaneers are 1 and 1, 100%. You're the poor Bailey clowns. 2 and 4, 50%. Hey, if you're a Bailey clown, don't go on fourth down. We'll whoop your ass. Total plays, 71 to the Buccaneers, 56. Sacks allowed, 1 apiece. Punts. Buccaneers punted 4 times. Falcons punted 3 times. Penalties. Buccaneers gave up more. 5 yards more, 60 to 55. Fumbles lost, neither. Interceptions thrown, neither. Time of possession. The Falcons had the ball for over 10 minutes more than your Tampa Bay Buccaneers and still lost the game. It's about fucking booking time, boys and girls. Enjoy today. Enjoy today. Because we're in a season where we have at least 17 of these. 17 moments that are guaranteed for a potential win. The rest is the playoffs, and we don't know what that looks like till we get there. But right now, enjoy the moment. Your Tampa Bay Buccaneers went on the road and got the job done. Sometimes that's all you need to do. It was stressful. Rick Hughes, it was stressful. It was stressful. But in these kind of games, it's meant to be stressful. We can't be blowing everyone out every day of the week. It doesn't work like that. That's not football. It was stressful when the Philadelphia Eagles played the Cowboys, and the Cowboys weren't that far away. Cowboys could have scored at any point in time. Contrary to what everyone thinks, they weren't far away. It was stressful for Kansas City Chiefs fans, although we enjoy that. It was stressful because they were in that game. It's stressful for everyone in these moments when you're up against a team and you don't fucking know, because it could go either way. The Buccaneers held a good football team that I think will be good, who have weapons, defensively are better, and I think the Buccaneers probably tiptoed, probably were a little bit lethargic in the first quarter and started to build. I think if the Buccaneers hit the first quarter hard, you could be looking at a very different game. All I can say is when we talk about roughing the passer, and this is something I'm really pleased the officiating crew did. Because when I saw them give 2 roughing the passer penalty calls, one that I completely think I disagree with, completely disagree with it. Later on, Baker Mayfield was hitting the same way, and they called it. I'm okay with referees being overzealous and excited and a little bit, what's the best way of calling this? Flag happy, if they're going to be consistent with it. If your rule is that's what pass interference looks like, and you do it on both sides, I'm cool. If that's what you call a late hit, I'm cool. I'm cool. What I don't like is when it's one-sided and it's only on one side. So I think the referees were consistent in the sense of that they followed what they did. And just on both sides. As much as I yelled at my TV and screamed, as we all do, at the end of the day, the referees got it right. Because it's plays like that that pushed us where we needed to be too. Ultimately, your Buccaneers pull out the win, and that's all that fucking matters right now. You're in victory mode. You're going to get your donuts, however you celebrate, whether it's a cupcake or whatever, eating your W. Go enjoy it. Because as Bucs fans, we deserve it. For the hardships that we faced in the early in the mid-noughties all the way to 2019. We deserve it. So enjoy it. And all I have to say on that, guys, is we beat the fucking Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons can't sweep us. They don't get that. They don't get that privilege no more. And now they're going to come to us. That's a much more daunting prospect than it once was. Because we know we can win. What are the problems with this team? Coverage seems a bit rough, but it got there in the end. Pass rush is lacking, and it's obvious. Vita Vea didn't look like Vita Vea until Vita Vea had to be Vita Vea. He's coming off an injury. Hopefully that will get better. The Buccaneers' offensive line looked a little lost at the beginning. They jowled later on. Really fucking pleased with how that offensive line, with the moves that they made of moving Ben Bredeson around and other players around to accommodate that offensive line, and still worked as a unit. I want to stress as a football coach just how hard it is. Football isn't plug in and play at offensive line. It's just not. Anyone who's played the game or been around offense will tell you, you can't just pull your center and then make him play left tackle and then move somebody else into that position and then move somebody else here and it all works. It doesn't work that way. It never has. So the Buccaneers, underhanded, no Chris Godwin, no Tristan Wirfs, still pull out the win. I'm going to take that. Because you know when we play them next, Chris Godwin and Tristan Wirfs should be right there. And we'll be ready to go. The run game was lacking to begin with, but it found momentum. It found momentum and it started to work. Same as you could see with the offensive lining gelling, it started to work. The Buccaneers just need to survive the next few weeks and ready. Once they get through these next few weeks and Tristan Wirfs is back, this Buccaneers team can fly and believe it. You've lost arguably, and I would say, the best tackle in football, and you still pull out the win. That ain't half bad. Take it. And you only gave up one sack. Baker was lethargic, looked a little lost, but he found his way in the end when he needed to be clutch. That's all that matters. He didn't turn the ball over. He did his thing. I'll take it. I know that he will get better. It feels like, and I'm not saying this as a thing, but it feels like that not playing in the preseason makes a difference, because it kind of felt like the Buccaneers were very rusty to begin with. And we got into the game and we did our thing. Ultimately, won. And that is the biggest marker. But they always say this: never accept anything in a win that you wouldn't accept in a loss. That's my fundamental belief. So if there are things on this team that you are not happy with, coaching staff, don't accept it because it's just a win. Because you wouldn't accept that if it were a loss. So go fix what you need to fix, and we will be ready for next week, because your Tampa Bay Buccaneers will then move on. I believe we got the Texans next. Be ready to roll. Texans on Monday Night Football. And we know how we play on primetime games. This is a big one for us. This is one that we have to win. This is the kind of game that we just need to get that eraser on and just rub it out of the way and go, yep, Buccaneers can win on primetime. Then we'll look at the home openers and all the creamsicle that's coming. But I want to say this, guys. We're going to go into an ad break for 5 seconds, and then we're going to come back. We have everything to play for. This is a team that I've never heard NFL media speak so highly of for the first time in my career. The first time in following the Bucs, other than the second season under Brady. Second season under Brady was billed to be what it was supposed to be. That was the highest media praise I ever heard for this team. This is the second. Let's not blow it. It was a hard-fought victory. It was sloppy in places, and work needs to be done. But as a coach, ultimately, I'm pleased my team won the game. Ultimately, had we kicked a field goal, we'd be up even more. Ultimately, had we kicked the extra point, we'd be up by 7 in that game in total. And they would have had to do, and we may have never even needed to go and get that touchdown. But that's not football. Kickers miss kicks, and defenses need to make plays. Offenses need to score. And on that note, guys, I know this is a short one, but all I will say is enjoy today. Enjoy football, because football's back, baby. Enjoy it. Take it for what it is. And if any of you guys are in Tampa, I will be there for the Cardinals game. I will drink with you guys. I will party with you guys. We're going to do whatever we need to do. Let's get the cigars. Let's get the Cuban sandwiches. Let's get the rum. Let's get everything going. Let's get it popping. But on that note, Bucs on me. Bucs on free. 1, 2, 3. Go Bucs!
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes till the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal